The way that this country is going and both sides are going is a deep, deep problem.
Batia, what's your reaction to Charlie's murder, and how do you feel about the way things may go from here?
I'm finding myself very caught between, on the one hand, wanting to honor his legacy of unity through debate and coming together to take down the temperature, and then wanting to honor his legacy of telling the truth. And the truth is, this is not a both sides issue. The killer killed him, according to police reports, because he found Charlie Kirk to be spreading hate. This is a view shared by every single prominent Democrat.
We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was.
The rhetoric that Charlie Kirk continuously put out there was rhetoric that specifically targeted people of color.
You asked me what the truth of his life was, and the truth of his public life. I would have to tell you it's hate. I would tell you I'd have to tell you it is the usage of hate and the harnessing of hate towards political ends.
It's just pure race mongering, hate mongering. It's wrong.
Racism, sexism, misogyny, just hate talk. But that started to make it take off. And during the pandemic, he really blew up. That is where he came from.
Who was an unapologetic racist and spent all of his life sowing seeds of division and hate into this land.
There is no legacy to honor. It was a legacy filled with bigotry, hatred, and white supremacy. And as a Black woman and as a Muslim in this country, I refuse to join the chorus that changes the history of what is on the record from this man.
His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans who endured segregation, Jim Crow, and the legacy of bigotry today. We continue to pray for Mr. Kirk's family and loved ones in the wake of this terrible act. I am thinking especially of his children and his wife, whose grief cannot be measured. And with that, I yield back to the gentleman.
They said the other side were Hitler and Nazis. They said that speech is violence. To combine those two things together is to sign the death warrant of prominent conservatives.
The Republican Party is basically a domestic terrorist cell at this point, and they should be treated as such.
We have to start calling his supporters racist as well. That MAGA symbol has come to represent something. It is the new Nazi symbol. It is the new hood.
They're a white nationalist movement. They're a fascist threat to our nation. An authoritarian embracing cult. It is fascist.
They're a dime store front for a terrorist movement.
There is a culture among Democrats at the highest level to suggest that their political opposition are a danger. And I want to come together. I do. But at the same time, we cannot unite with people who will not take responsibility for the fact that they suggested that we are Nazis because of totally legitimate views that reflect the majority of Americans. So what I say is, let the left say we were wrong. It is legitimate to vote for Donald Trump. It is legitimate to be pro-life. It is legitimate to believe that there are only two genders, and we were wrong to suggest that that was not the case. We were wrong to say that that is hateful. When they say that, I am waiting with open arms to take down the temperature.
They're chasing a MAGA. They're apparently trying to attack. Right?
You're not fighting for this country.
We're gonna dox you. We're gonna dox you. We're gonna dox you.
There are limitations for every single constitutional right that we have, and it's more so a balancing test, right?